to see you. Smile.
Good evening. I now we shall resume the contest, and this second part of our contest tonight is the humorous speech contest. Let me again just remind you, if you have your phones and watches, please make sure you put them to silence, or some of you may carry speakers. If you work in a hospital, you can put those in the off position. I'd now like you to join me in welcoming our contest master, Tony Gittles. Tony.
The purposes of the humorous speech contest are to provide an opportunity for speakers to improve their speaking abilities, to recognize the best as encouragement to all, to provide an opportunity to learn by observing the more proficient speakers who have benefited from their Toastmaster training, and to recognize the value of humor in speaking. In the interest of time, we will conduct this contest using the same procedure as Toastmasters International uses in conducting the international speech contests. Judges, contestants, functionaries, and sergeant-at-arms have been briefed on the rules. The contestants have been informed of the speaking area and the timing lights. There is no photography during the contest. The sergeant-at-arms are again instructed to close the doors and not admit anyone while the speakers are giving their presentations. Timers, please make a last-minute check of the timing lights for me, please. Green, yellow, red. Thank you very much. Protests, again, are limited to judges and contestants, and they understand the rules of protest. The decision of the judges is final. Announcement of the results is final. The contestants have drawn their speaking positions. The order is Pat Stogner, number 1. Number 2, Jonathan Dunn. Number 3, Charlie Bombalier. Number 4, Mark Lockery. Number 5, Stephen Morgan. Contestants are permitted to remain in the room throughout the contest. There will be again 1 minute of silence between contestants for the judges to mark their ballots. During that time, you may quietly leave the room or enter the room, but please do not talk during this time. At the conclusion of the contest, again, the ballot counters will collect the judges' ballots and the timers will deliver their reports to the chief judge. Are the timers ready?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. We will observe 1 minute of silence before the first speech. Timer, please give me a red light at the end of 1 minute. Thank you. Please reset the timing lights. Ladies and gentlemen, the first contestant, Pat Stogner, A Toastmaster's Journey. A Toastmaster's Journey. Pat Stogner.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters, and very welcome guests. How many of you remember your first visit to a Toastmaster club? And how many of you remember your first speech? Terrific. Tonight, I'm going to tell you about mine. I wanted to find a club close to my home, so I went online and looked for something close and found Central Florida facilitators. When I came to visit, they were great. They made me feel really good about myself and comfortable to be there. and they asked if I wanted to do a table topics question. Sure, I guess, why not? I'm here, right? The subject's on food. A piece of cake. How hard can this be? Here's my question. Pat, what is your favorite kind of summer food? Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't think I can start a sentence without the word And watermelon is my favorite food. Summer food. I beg your pardon? I have more time? Oh gosh, no. I never knew a minute could last this long. I joined the club right away, got my CC, got my CL, and signed up to do my icebreaker immediately. Can anyone tell me why it's called icebreaker? I felt like I was on the hot seat. I was so hot. I was sweating bullets and my heart was going 90 miles an hour. And now I have to talk about me. And here it comes. Oh, for crying out loud, can you just stop the clock and I can start again? No? Oh gosh, I lost my place. Hi, I'm Pat Stogner, and I'm a native New Yorker, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to blah, blah, blah. You guys know how it went. It was all about me. Well, now here comes the evaluation. Pat, I want to compliment you on being brave and jumping right in. However, I'm not sure that you read the book. Did you read your manual? You were somewhat unorganized. But honey, go home and read your book and practice, 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 and come back. Good job. Did I read the book? Are you kidding me? How could I do a contest, even a speech, without reading the book? Of course I read the book. But you know, evaluations, that was her opinion. And I'm not going to let her bust my bubble. No way. This is the best part. I won the best speech of the evening. I know you guys know why. Yeah, the other guy went overtime. But my husband didn't have it. I run home, oh, Stevie Wonder, look, I just won the Best Speech Award. He goes, that's nice, honey. I'm proud of you. You know, I joined a very advanced club. And I beat the guy whose name is on one of the awards. That's nice, honey. I'm very proud of you. Come on, let's go watch the game. Okay, time for speech number 2, and I decide I'm going to challenge another evaluator. Speech number 2. I did that 5 to 7 minute speech in 4 minutes and 61 seconds. Woohoo! I'm so excited. 2 down, 8 to go. Now, I get a new evaluator, which I actually want to. This evaluator, oh, not him. Do you know that our club lovingly calls him the Terminator? He says, Pat, I want to compliment you for being so brave and jumping right in. However, you talk a little too fast and you need to watch your accent. You see, unprepared. Are you for real? Unprepared. I practiced that speech over and over that my family ducks when they see me because they're afraid I'm going to ask them to listen one more time. And I have good hand gestures and vocal variety. Well, of course I do. I'm a native New Yorker. I told you that. Well, I got to run home to my hubby now. I'm so excited. Hey, honey, how'd it go? Oh, great. They said I was a natural. Fellow Toastmasters, at this point in time, I'm on, I guess, a little over 3 years, and here I am doing a contest in front of you. I love my Toastmasters. I love the evaluators. I've learned to fail forward. And just know one thing. If I don't win this contest, I am very brave, and I'll be back.
1 minute of silence, please. Let me know when it is up with the red light. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Timer. Please reset the timing lights. Ladies and gentlemen, our second contestant, Jonathan Dunn. Warning, consumption of this product may lead you to become a Toastmaster. Warning, consumption of this product may lead you to become a Toastmaster. Jonathan Dunn.
If you guys had known me back in 1983, I wished they had had warning labels on this stuff called Equal, also known as aspartame. You know what they say these days? It may cause profuse sweating. It may cause heart palpitations. And the worst, gastrointestinal distress. Back in 1983, my individual packet might have said, consumption of this may lead you to become a Toastmaster. How, you ask? Let's rewind back into the 1980s. It was January, to be specific, also known as New Year's Resolution Month. And my mother had the wise idea, the Dunns, we need to lose some weight. We need to get healthier. And back in the 80s, like now, something magical happens with the little blue packet. Our resolution was to start the first day back at school. My mother from across the room, as she prepared for work, said, "Honey, I've prepared your normal breakfast of Frosted Flakes with sliced bananas on top, but it might taste a little bit different because I replaced the sugar with Equal. Never mind that it was Frosted Flakes or bananas." Thanks, Mom. Hey, and I was entering into the pubertic stages. I had seen myself in the locker room compared to some of the other lads. And I was on board with this deal. And when I took that first bite, I went from being on board to on board. Who knew losing weight could be so easy and fun? At 11 years old, I was already a typical American. If one packet was good, 10 has to be better and will speed up the results. I was so excited that morning for breakfast and to get to school and to get to the locker room that I left my keys on the counter, which at the time was no big deal. Mom would probably be home waiting for me anyhow. Except when I was walking to the bus stop, the palpitations started, the profuse sweating started, and just like Murphy's Law would be, it sounded like trumpets from hell coming out of my radial area. Right as one of the most beautiful girls on our bus stop said, "Pew! Who did that?" I locked my eyes with my friend Billy, who I hadn't seen in weeks, and I said, "Billy, I forgot something at home. I'll catch up with you when I get back." I was prairie dogging mad. I thought Fort Knox, and I locked up the glute cheeks, and I moseyed home. It looked something like this. And when I got out of my side of the students, I got into a full-bore sprint. Except when I got home, there was no keys. I made the executive decision. I was going to jump that fence, and I was going to do what our ancestors, the cavemen, did. I was going to use the ground. And I will spare you all of the gory details. But I will tell you this. I had relieved. And I was relieved. Right up until I realized, what do the cavemen do for toilet paper? Never mind, it was the dead of winter. I saw our pool there, and I thought it would make a great Roman bath. I dove in after getting into my birthday suit, and I got out and I ran around that deck as fast as I could till I air dried. Got my clothes back on, made it to the bus stop right as the cheese wagon got there, and it was a great day. Right up until I got home. My mom's car wasn't there. Way to be, my sister would be there and not playing with her friends. I knocked on the door, and my sister opens it. And she's got a box of Kleenex. "Brother, you're going to want to sit down for this. There's been a tragedy. Mom came home from work and she let Angel out." Angel was our 2-pound toy Pekingese. "And she knew we'd be playing in the yard later. And she went to wash in the mess. And she found something that was bigger than a dog. She had to rush her to the pool. She's already called. She spent several $1,000. We're not going to go take that trip to Disney this year. Are you okay?" Thinking back, it must have been odd that I was sitting there just knowing I couldn't come clean on the whole deal. I knew I had to bury this deep into the recesses of my subconscious. I faked it. "Sister, I've got to go read my latest issue of Spider-Man. I'm going to go in my room. I got to be alone." A couple hours later, the door opens. Angel comes running in. My mom is pissed. My dad is upset. "Kids, when you let that dog out in the backyard, you got to pay attention to what she puts in her mouth. We're going to be bankrupt if she eats the wrong thing again. They couldn't find a single thing wrong with her." And for 28 years, I held that line until we were on a family trip that we were able to afford to take to Savannah. And I know you're asking yourself, how does equal time to being a Toastmaster? In that span, I found this awesome thing called religion, and I learned about confession. And I decided that trip to Savannah was the perfect time to come clean. And this story has become folklore in our family. Every time a niece or nephew gets to a certain age, they go, "We gotta hear that story, Uncle John." But once again, you're asking yourself, how does this lead to be a Toastmaster? I was one of those kids that never listened to my parents. And that morning, my mother said something prophetic to me. "Son, I love you, but you were a bad communicator then, and you're equally bad now." And since I never listened to my mother all those years, I decided that I would Google becoming a better communicator. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, consumption of this product has led me to become one of you. Batter contest master.
1 minute of silence and 1 minute on the clock, please. Thank you. Please reset the timing lights. Ladies and gentlemen, the third contestant, Charlie Bomelier. Charlie's Angels in Spanglish. Charlie's Angels in Spanglish. Charlie Bomelier.
I don't speak English too good, so work with me, okay? My name is Charlie Bomelier. That be French. Wait a minute. I'm only a little Cuban that came to America to be a gringo. You figure out, I don't know. But let me tell you the good news. I come to America and I meet the señorita gringa. She working in drugstore. So what? I'm gringo now, I can say something. I go up to her. Señorita, you very pretty, you go with me, see? She said yes. Pretty fool. So we go out and we kissy and I get married to her. We practice and practice. Bingo bango, we have our first little angel. Her name Jennifer. Contest master, fellow master, and good guest. Okay, she pop out. She's white like my shirt. She a little ghost. They put her on a slab and I think she dead. She's going like this. And the doctor put a tube down her throat, he's pumping her throat, and he smack her in the ass, he start crying, I'm gonna kill the doctor, you know. The doctor said, no, she's okay. I went to the doctor, said, thank you very much. Okay, they bring in the space capsule, they throw her in, cover her, and they put her away. What the hell is that? 3 days later, she coming back, she's okay. Unbelievable, America, very good country. Okay, I want to tell you something else. My number 2, that's my second born. Her name is Stephanie. She a bad girl. Really bad. My wife, she pop it out and she big. Bad girl, she 9 pounds, 2 ounces. So she blue. And I mean blue. I look at my wife. You popped out a Smurf? What the hell's up with that? I'm gonna have a cigar on that one. But I tell you, she bad girl. Bad little gringa she is. She no good. First of all, she come out screaming. Screaming really bad. She run out the house. She jump out the window. She climb in the roof and she throws herself in the pool. What the hell are you doing? I tell her. I'm just having fun, Daddy. No good. She played soccer. I was proud of her then. Let me tell you why I was proud of her. Because she's sick in the head. See a little shit like this and she's the enforcer. You know how many red tags she gets? All the time. All the time. Caramba. Okay. So then what I do to her, get back at her? Her first date. Papi meets first date, okay? You go down the room there. His name is Tommy. Come in, Tommy. See that little girl that you're gonna date? Let me show you something, Tommy. I bring Toki to the living room and sit down right there. You see this here? This is my 357 Magnum. Smith and Wesson. You comprende? Look what I can do, Tommy. I little Cassidy. Tommy, you do bad things, I kill you. Get up. I pat him to the bottom. Go have fun. Stephanie, Tommy ready for you. Okay. I'm going to tell you another one. Angel number 3. Third born. Sure. A yellow one. What hell goes on? I have white, I got blue, now I got yellow. It's a little Chinese girl. What are you doing to me? I start looking at my wife a little suspicious. Okay, she very quiet. She kind of good, but she tricky. Very tricky. You know what she do to me one time? I come home, I have my tie on, my shirt on. April Fool's Day, I go wash my hair. She got kitchen, she squared at me. She put rubber band on that down the hose. I almost killed her. But I got back with her on her first day. Papi meet. Boy, what's his name? Rocky? What are you talking about, Rocky? He's in the movie. No, his name is Rocky. Okay. Rocky, come in. I answer the door, you go out of your... Oh, I see his big feet. And I keep looking up, and I keep looking up. Rocky 6'5". No, wait, come on, Rocky, come in here. I'm crazy Cuban anyway. Here, come here, Rocky. Let me help you, Rocky. Let me tell you something, Rocky. That's my baby girl there. And she's a little angel. Rocky, you listen to me good. Whatever you do to her, I do to you, Rocky. He's ready for you now. She cried. My wife, she blushed red. She sent me on vacation. She good wife. She didn't talk to me for a whole week. She good wife, she is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I don't know.
1 minute of silence and 1 minute on the clock, please. Thank you, Mr. Timer. Please reset the light. Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth contestant, Mark Lockery, Regifting, 40 years and counting. Regifting, 40 years and counting. Mark Lockery.
Tonight's speech is about my lifelong struggle with something we're all familiar with in this room. Some of you are intimately familiar with it, but are afraid to talk about it in public. I'm talking about regifting. Recently, my family and I went to Wisconsin on vacation to see some friends of ours. And while we were there, the husband came up to me and started complaining about a gift he had received. So I asked him to show it to me. And he pulled out a used brown shirt with 2 words on it that said, Hanukkah rocks. And I said, what's wrong with that shirt? He said, Mark, I'm not even Jewish. So I said, it's okay, Chris. You're a victim of regifting. But it's okay if it just happens once or twice. Since we were driving back from Wisconsin and it was a 24-hour car ride, I had a lot of time to reflect. And I remembered the Hanukkah rock shirt, and I chuckled at Chris's misfortune. And then I started to recollect some of the awesome gifts that I had got as a youngster. I remembered one year I got a G.I. Joe. And I had wanted this G.I. Joe for a year because my brother had received it a year before. And I wanted the same type of G.I. Joe. I said, Dad, I want that G.I. Joe. He said, just be patient, Mark, and maybe in a year you'll get one. And he was right. A year later, I got a G.I. Joe, the exact same type as my brother's. Only mine looked a little different. He was missing his boots, and half of his head was shaved. And I asked my dad, Dad, why does my G.I. Joe look different than my brother's? He said, Mark, your G.I. Joe is a special edition. Your G.I. Joe is combat proven. He is battle-empowered G.I. Joe. Battle-empowered G.I. Joe, awesome! I love that G.I. Joe. A couple years later, my brother got a drum set for Christmas. And I wanted a drum set too. So I said, Dad, can you buy me a drum set? And he said, Mark, just be patient. And in maybe a year, you can have a drum set too. And once again, he was right. A year later, I got a drum set. Well, sans the set. I got a single drum. And it had some writing on the side. So I asked him, Dad, why does my drum look like this? And he said, Mark, that is a special drum. It was owned by a rock and roll group, and the drummer signed it. Whoa! That's cool, Dad. Who was it? Was it Led Zeppelin? Was it Kiss? Was it Mamas and Papas? He said, I don't know. It was one of those, sure. Wow! An anonymous famous drum. It was awesome. And I beat that drum every time my sister tried to practice her piano, and it drove her nuts. She would yell, Mom, Mark's beating this thing again. And I would say, no, Mom, I'm playing my drum, I swear. It was awesome. But it wasn't just that. I also got some cool clothes. One year I got a pair of jeans with these really cool black patches on the knees. My mom said they were Action Kids pants. Wow, Action Kids pants. But Mom, why are they 6 inches too long for me? She said, no, we bought them that way so you could enjoy them longer as you grow into them. Wow! Moms are great. Action Kids pants. So about 6 more hours into the road trip, I start to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And I have an epiphany. There's no such thing as battle-empowered G.I. Joe. And last I remember, you can't be anonymous and famous at the same time. And I'm pretty sure those are my brother's Action Kids pants. So I was kind of devastated. When we got home, I realized my whole long life I had been a receiver of regifting. Everything I had ever received in my life had already belonged to somebody else. Hell, my wife was even already married when I met her. Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse. Just when I had reached rock bottom. I I flipped open the lid to my suitcase to unpack my clothes, and there, on the top of my shirt pile, look, was Hanukkah rocks. My friend Chris had put it into my luggage. It was funny. The signs were there the whole time. I didn't see the signs of regifting. So I'm sharing them with you tonight in hopes to spare you some of the traumatic experiences that I went through in my life. First of all, if you ever get anything from your parents and they say it's a special edition and it comes wrapped in newspaper in a silverware box, it's probably a regift. If you ever get anything that was once owned by somebody who was anonymous and famous, it was probably a regift. If you ever get any clothing of article and there's a label on the inside that reads property of John Lockery, it's probably a regift. And most importantly, if you ever get a gift and that gift is a wrinkled up brown shirt that says Hanukkah rocks and you're not Jewish, that gift is from me.
1 minute of silence and 1 minute on the timer's clock, please. Thank you, Mr. Timer. Please reset the clock and the lights. Ladies and gentlemen, the fifth contestant, Stephen Morgan. The Idiot's Guide to How to Lose a Humorous Speech Contest for Dummies. The Idiot's Guide to How to Lose a Humorous Speech Contest for Dummies. Stephen Morgan.
Have you been tricked, coerced, or guilted into the humorous speech contest? Is it too late to back out? Do you want to try to win without actually winning? Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, the answers you seek are here in my program, the second edition of the Idiot's Guide to How to Lose a Humorous Speech Contest for Dummies. In this program, I will give you 3 strategies derived from my many years of observations and my own 23 losses. Using my techniques, you two can craft a speech that will help you showcase your skill, your elegance, and your brilliance while letting someone else take home the gold. Disclaimer, you would not be here if you intended to just disqualify. But there is nothing that can prevent you from the idiocy of your competition. If they all disqualify, you are going to win. You have been warned. Strategy number 1. Be unfunny. For most of you, this is a really simple thing. I understand that. But occasionally, it is difficult. But there are techniques you can use. The simplest one is to simply go for an informational speech with a little attempts at being funny tossed in. I might suggest email. However, there are ways to take those bits of fun and tell the jokes poorly. Perhaps even give away the punchline or forget it. But don't take too long remembering it, you might run over time. It can even be better if you just start cracking yourself up so much that by the time you get to the punchline, everyone else is bored. Boring the audience is a great way to get this to work. So strategy number 1, be unfunny. Strategy number 2, be unappealing. This might be as simple as dressing poorly or slouching, hand in pockets, but there are other ways too. You can be offensive. You can be, for example, misogynistic and tell how all the women ever do is talk and never pay attention. But I'll warn you, that won the club contest here a few years ago. You can take the alternate route, be misandrist, and tell that all the men just don't care about anything but, well, my son's in the audience. For that matter, you could be vulgar. Which I must thank you, Mark, my son is in the audience. Now I'm going to have a great You can be very confusing and go for words like misogynist or misandrist or infantile. You could be infantile. You could try toilet humor. I think you've had a few good examples of that already. I don't need to present that to you now. But another warning, the first edition of this guide actually lost to toilet humor. So I'm sorry to say I'm not funnier than shit. Leading to strategy number 3. Be unlucky. By its definition, of course, there are elements of chance involved. Some things you just simply cannot control. But that doesn't mean you cannot manipulate them. For example, if you're going to be giving a humorous speech, it helps if the audience, of course, is ready for a humorous speech. So one of the great ways to really spoil your speech is to have a contest master that sucks all the life out of the audience. That'll do it every time. Therefore, you can perhaps find a way to help choose who that contest master is going to be. Perhaps you make a suggestion. You know the right person to do this. Or, in the moment, at the time of the contest, you gently apply pressure to the contest master about, I think we're running late. We probably need to hurry things up, and therefore the contest master skips, warming up the audience. When you feel like everything is in a hurry, people get more stressed, not nearly so funny. They're still being unlucky. There's another way to use this. You could copy another competitor's speech. This could mean choosing a similar story or sound like you're giving the same story. Choose the same name for the characters, the same scenario. You know, Jonathan, that sounded a lot similar to a story that I had back when I was a bit younger. I thought I killed the dog, although. But if you're going to take this tactic, you're going to have to choose a competitor to do this to. Because the judges will probably, in their own heads, wonder which one of you is copying who. Therefore, you both pay the penalty. So do you have someone you wish to sabotage? Here's your opportunity to apply the techniques you learned and get back at somebody for that evaluation they gave. Sorry. There is one technique that falls critically under the unlucky that just simply does it every time. Therefore, I'm going to have to say, I'm sorry, Pat. The technique that will work every time, draw for a speaker. If you've found this program to be useful, I would suggest you take a look into my other programs, including Acing Table Topics with Non Sequiturs, How to Give Effective Evaluations That Everyone Loves and No One Wants, and of course, How to Use the International Speech Contest to Assassinate Your Ego. Now that you've got this all put together, you can take all of these skills, and with these 3 strategies, make your own losing speech. First, remember, be unfunny. Second, you do recall, right? Be unappealing. And the third, be unlucky. Put these together, and with these techniques, you too can showcase your uncanny skill, your unblemished elegance, and your unbelievably, brilliantly more effective than me. Venom contest.
I'm not supposed to give my opinions, but I'm going to say, unfortunately, that was our last contestant. I could sit here all night. However, I need to ask for 2 minutes of silence and 2 minutes on the timer's clock. It's time for the judges to complete their ballots and pick our first, second, and third place winners. Good luck. At this time, the judges are instructed to complete their ballots, sign them, put them in envelopes if you have them, and hold them for collection by the ballot counters. The timers will deliver their report to the chief judge. Susan, I just ask you before you leave the room to come up and meet with me a second. And you guys can talk now.
Yay!
But not too loud. Not too loud. There's a little more. That completes the humorous speech competition. Let's hear it for our contestants. It is now time to meet the contestants. Like you don't know who they are, right? Please do not tell me your first impression of our members or our club. Keep it to yourself. I'd like all the contestants to please come to the front. And you can applaud for them again. Charlie Bondelier, please come to the front.
Hot seat.
This is Charlie. Yeah, hot seat. Charlie, you indicated that what inspires you most is helping others. First, tell us in 1 minute how long you've been a Toastmaster and why does helping others inspire you?
I don't speak English.
Dígame, en un minuto.
Okay. Repeat that again.
Yes, por favor, dígame en un minuto. ¿Por cuántos años estoy Toastmaster?
I really don't know. I think 5, maybe 6, up and down, who knows. But to be frank with you, when I came to Toastmasters, I was really afraid to speak. And it was the kind of people like Tony and Steven and all these people that I've known here, that have been members here for many years, that pulled me through. This is the savior time of Toastmasters. Everybody helps everybody. That's why I enjoy helping others. Not only in Toastmasters, but others that are less fortunate than myself and us here. That
Thank
is all
you.
I have to say.
Thank you. Jonathan Dunn, what inspires you most is good deeds. Tell us about that.
Good deeds inspire me the most. I try not to pay attention to the media, read the newspapers, so on and so forth. I think everyone in this room understands the climate of the world right now. And the media feeding into showing us these bad things to kick us into survival mode. When I see good deeds done, and there's a news program I watch with my parents on Sunday morning where it's all about good deeds being done, you know, we all know that that's truly the power of what's going to change this universe and get the course reversed. So whenever I see good deeds being done, it erases some of the scars that I have from childhood, and it makes me one step closer to being whole again.
Thanks, John. Mark Lockery, tell us how long you've been a Toastmaster and why making people smile inspires you.
Well, I started coming to Toastmasters, I think, in December, but my check didn't clear, I think, till February. No, maybe about 6 months now. I also, like other people, was really shy when I first joined Toastmasters, and this is an opportunity for me to be among friends and colleagues and just let loose and build on my speaking skills. Even my colleagues at work and my associates from church have seen a dramatic improvement in my public ability to speak, and I've been asked to sing and give sermons already at my church. So being in Toastmasters has already paid off tenfold. My sermons are a little less racy than but anyways, that's it.
Stephen Morgan, I understand this is your first contest. No, it's not?
Since my 165th.
Okay, and I knew you would know that. Tell us what inspires you most.
My dogs.
Where's Susan? Oh, she left the room. Good.
And I was not referring to her. No, the best part about having, I got 2 little dogs, and the best part about it is anytime you come home, they're always happy to see me. Anytime you sit down, they always want to be right there next to me. They don't have any of the concept of what has happened before or what's going to be happening in the future. They're always right there in that moment, and that's where they find that happiness. And on occasion, they can help me find myself into that place, and that's where we should be.
Right.
That's why they inspire me.
Thank you. Pat Stagner, I'm not going to ask you to give a speech, and I'm not going to evaluate you. Your children inspire you most. How so?
I have 2 grown, beautiful daughters. I adore them. I am very, very proud of them. And how they inspire me is to make sure that I want to be a good role model for them. So they inspire me to look good and feel good. They encourage me and I encourage them, and they're a true blessing. That's what inspires me, is my kids.
Thank you. Miss Mickey D, do you have certificates for our participants? Yes. Yes, ma'am, I think you do. Yes, you do. It's your turn to participate. My turn is almost over. Yeah. Please welcome our contest chair to present certificate of participation. Thank you. I'm not done yet. Thank you, Pat. You may return to your seat. Mark, thank you. Stephen Morgan, thank you. Jonathan, Charlie, big round of applause. I need more certificates. We're going to thank the functionaries. Do we have? Oh, Charlotte, yes. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Yeah. Okay.
No, just that there was.
Yeah. Okay, while Mickey's doing that, could we have our guests just introduce yourselves with your name and if you belong to a club real quickly? We want to, because I didn't get to meet you all.
My name is Lisa Zambri, and I belong to Lakeview Toastmaster clubs here in Altamont, and I am president of our newly chartered club, effective 2 weeks ago.
Ooh, wow.
My name is Gina Lockhart. I too am a member of the Lakeview Toastmasters Club that was newly chartered 2 weeks ago. And I am the VP of Education.
All right. All right.
I'm Terry Long, ditto.
Okay.
I am Secretary of Lakeview.
I'm Nina Green, and I'm also a member of Lakeview Toastmasters, and I'm the VP of Membership.
And what city is Lakeview?
Right here.
Right here by the hospital.
Florida Hospital Altamont.
Oh, you are?
And I'm
Okay, that's how I knew you
and
was
I'm
Florida.
the VP Art, and Stephen is my best friend.
You met Paul briefly, Michelle. You want to stand up and just say where you're from, please?
Michelle Matlock with the Articulators here in Altamont Springs.
Thank you. Let me ask you to hold your applause till all the guests have introduced themselves so we can move along. Andrew, we don't know where you're from.
My name is Andrew. No, wrong meeting. My name is Andrew. I'm from the Orators. We meet at the CenturyLink building, and our contest is on Tuesday. Let me ask you, where are you from? Where are you? See, I'm originally from southern New England, Massachusetts, and your accent is what people say to me when speak back to me when I say, I'm from Massachusetts. Oh, you're from Boston? That's not how we speak.
Would you like to introduce yourself? Come on. We know you're not from a club, but
I'm Richard Morgan, and I'm an honorary member of Lakeview Toastmasters. It's amazing.
Priscilla Haynes, I'm from Orators in Altamont Springs, and I'm from Long Island.
very much. You're a member. Are you a member?
I will be next week.
Next week. All right. Stand up.
My name is Michelle Acevedo. I've been coming for the last 2 weeks, and I'll be signing up for you soon.
Yeah. Back to the room. Go ahead. That's all right. Yeah.
I'm Rick Moncrief, and I'm not a member of Toastmasters. I probably should be, though. I'm here visiting, and I'm from Orlando originally. Just moved back here a couple of years ago, but that's me.
Thank you. And you know you're sitting next to our Vice President of Membership, right?
Tony.
Go ahead.
I'm Diane Manikowski, and I'm a member of Lake Mary Toastmasters, and I'm the treasurer. And I want to thank 3 of you, especially for coming to our contest on Tuesday morning at 6:30 in the morning. You guys are great. Thank you.
I'm Abby Bang with Articulators in Altamont Springs. I've been with Toastmaster for 1 year.
Thank you.
My name is Alexandra Balda from Lake Mary Toastmasters, and my accent is not from Boston, it's from Venezuela.
My name is Paul Peterzo. I'm from Omni in Toastmasters since 2010.
Excellent. One more.
I'm Gus Davis, Lake Mary Toastmasters. I'm VP for membership, and every one of you in this room have an accent.
We would like to thank all of our functionaries. Obviously, this contest would have been very different without you, and it would have been much more difficult to put on. We have certificates of appreciations for you. Andrew, please come up. Thank you very much. James Riggs. Timer. Okay, Elias. Timer. Thank you. You're, I forget where you're from.
I'm from Bolivia.
Bolivia! I can't get him straight anymore. Alan Lamphere. Okay, well, here's Alan. Susan Morgan. She had a big job, guys. Sergeant at Arms, Sarah Hunt, Sergeant at Arms. Anything else? Oh, okay. Sorry, I need another hand. Thank you. Paul, you're going to be helping us with the awards. Why don't you come up here, please? We have a certificate for you as well. I think I missed someone. Did I miss someone? I missed a vote counter.
Yes, but
Priscilla. Priscilla!
yes, I'm sorry.
We have a certificate for you.
But
We just need to know how to spell your name.
That's fine, no problem.
Thank you.
Yay, Priscilla!
Third, second, first. Okay, very good.
Announcement.
Announcements? Mickey, do you want to do the 50-50?
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's do that
Okay,
first.
we
There's
just
going to be
wanna
big
make
commotion
money.
after the winners are announced.
Is anyone that would like to buy any tickets? Tickets, yes, no?
Last
yes?
call. Or how much money have we got?
Oh,
You know,
45, more than 40, 47
47 in half or for
total.
total, 47?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody is getting $23.50.
Round
it up. Yeah, $24.
Okay.
Okay,
When do we do?
we're gonna pick a ticket. How about Jorge?
how about
Yeah, how about
The morning.
pass it along?
I didn't do it.
How about Mershawn?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, yes.
that one of
Scare away now.
Because of me.
Pick the right one now.
Stand up, read the number, loud and clear.
093839.
And the winner is?
Me!
Get that ticket validated by Mickey D and collect your money. Thank you. After we do the awards, I am going to turn the meeting over to our president for final announcements. Maybe another speech, who knows? You ready for the winners?
Yeah.
Evaluation is first. In third place. Stephen Morgan. Stephen. Your second place winner. Leaving first place to your imagination. Oh no, it's John, and that's John. The results of the humorous speech contest, and first I need to indicate that there was one time disqualification. The third place winner, Jonathan Dunn. Second place, Pat Stodner. First place winner of the humorous speech contest is Mark Lockery. With the awards ceremony. Here's your certificate. We really appreciate it. At this time, I turn the lecture over to Jonathan Dunn.
Really appreciate each and every one of you coming out tonight. It's a true honor. We regularly meet at this time. If any of you have any questions about our club, basically anybody in the room who wasn't a guest would be happy to answer any of your questions. And we would love to have you come and visit us and check us out. And I know Mickey right back now is sweating because it's at this stage of the meeting where I always ask her if she has the sign-up sheet for next week. And it seems to be like Groundhog Day. History repeats itself.
Every single week. All I know for sure is that you are going to be the Toastmaster next week.
There you go.
Renju's speaking, I know that as well.
Renju, yes. Alan is going to do the educational moment about membership drive. And he's also going to do the photo play. And we need 2 more speakers. Anyone? Charlie. Susan?
Me?
Yeah.
Pat.
Is it me?
Pat?
I'm speaking too.
Okay. Pat, do you want to be table topic master or general evaluator?
I could do either one. Generally evaluated.
Okay. Who wants to be table topics master?
Can I do that instead of speak?
Now we need 3 evaluators. Mark? Anyone?
I will be a valid.
One more?
Whoever.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to be the timer and we need a knock counter, grammarian vote counter. Anyone? Any volunteer? If not, I'm going to pick someone and I'll send you the schedule tomorrow. Thank you.
And since I'm a man, the topic will be, are you ready for some football?
Yes!
And we're about to adjourn this meeting, but I actually want to, yes, Tony.
Just one comment. First of all, thank you all for being here. This was a fabulous contest. Fabulous. We are in an assisted living and retirement community, and there are resident rooms all along the hallway and as well as on the other floors. So just be somewhat quiet as you're leaving so that we don't disturb the residents. And we can stay here. We like it here. We can have wine here.
And actually, before I turn the lectern over for the last little bit, gosh, I'm actually having a mental blank right now. Can you believe it?
Really?
Oh, okay, here it is. We would love to have anyone's help who wants to help us get the room back to the way it was when we walked in. Really appreciate a team effort. And I'm going to turn the lectern over.
Diane wants to say something.
Oh,
no,
go ahead.
I'm already done.
You already done with that?
I
Okay.
scooted through the room.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
Our area governor has some very exciting news for the facilitators that we want to cap the night off with.
Free bird.
On behalf of District 83,
Four.
District 84, thank you.
Have some more wine.
District 84, Division D, I am pleased to present to the Central Florida facilitators 2 prizes, 2 awards that demonstrates the commitment that your group has to being a Toastmaster and achieving your goals. The first one is you are a President Distinguished Club.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Your new banner's looking bare.
Yeah. We need to start.
Not only that, but you had all of your officers trained twice. Not once, but twice. And for that, you get this lovely patch. One last comment. September 14th, I want to remind everybody that that is the area contest. Everyone is invited. You thought this was fabulous, and it was. But just imagine the best of the best of the best at this contest. And you saw what a great job Tony Gittles did as a contest master. We need a contest master for the area contest, as well as a contest chair. So if any of you want to get that little mark in your CL or work on an HPL, just contact me after. Yes?
I sent an email to John Zielinski. Is that the
Different
same
area.
one?
Different area.
Different
Different
area?
area.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, this is for area 42.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. I bid you all farewell. I will see you on the beaches of the world. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, Jonathan. That was